Why some say Freddy McGregor saved Red Rose for Gregory. We will have the big ship captain's response, as well as him weighing in on a number of topical issues. Beres, Marcia, and Christopher Martin delivered love at Woodstock.
Hey, hey, hey!
David Rodigan, Shell's Dub Club, lifetime honor to surviving Wailer. Black Panther hits Jamaica.
You will not be able to stay home, brother.
And is corporate Jamaica spending more on Soca than dancehall? Two of the managers calling the shots will be here to answer as the island gets ready to celebrate Carnival 2018. All coming up right here on stage, plus this week's E-News reviews and more. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Winfred Williams. We'll be right back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Love at Woodstock was one of the big shot events of Valentine's celebrations in Jamaica. Here's Jason with a report.
It was just 2 months ago that we wrapped up the 2017 series, and here we are at Woodstock in the Grill to kickstart the 2018 journey across Jamaica in the Appleton Signature Nights. And what a better way to start it than here with Beres Hammond, Marcia Griffiths, and Christopher Martin. And this is just the start. It's a special edition. It is called Love at Woodstock.
And before we get into the action, a little about Woodstock.
Woodstock is a beach and bar on the 7 Mile Beach in the Grill. We're a vibe. We're the destination point of tourists, the locals, everybody. This is where people come to relax, chill, take a load off. We got Jamaican cuisine, classic Jamaican cuisine, you know, burgers.
So it's unique for the coming together of foreigners, visitors, tourists, and locals.
And we called it Woodstock because everything, as you can see, is made out of wood.
Okay.
You know, we got crafters, local crafters, who designed basically this whole place.
So how are you calling this one this year? How's this one looking so far?
Well, the streets are talking, and all they're talking is love at Woodstock right now.
Love at Woodstock is the catchphrase this Valentine's season.
Love at Woodstock is the catchphrase this Valentine's season.
Before the three main acts, Digital Rising Star winner Short Boss delivering love bombs.
So Woodstock ladies, now baby, you're so lovely, yeah.
We have been going across the island in our accounts, with partnering with our customers and delivering extraordinary, you know, just superb reggae music under the Appleton State Signature Night series. And so, staging of Love at Woodstock with Beres Hammond, that was last year.
Baby, we should get it right. I wish.
It was just phenomenal, so we had to jump on board sponsoring the event, and this year, we're here. And helping them to make it even bigger and better because it's now a trio.
Oh baby, come and love me.
It was awesome, it was great. I don't really get a chance to perform this song here in Jamaica.
Now pretty ladies under the influence.
So I enjoyed it entirely, man. I enjoyed every minute from start to finish.
I'm like a walking razor. No, watch my size, I'm dangerous, very dangerous.
And the people are there supporting me, singing my songs with me.
Whoa!
And nice vibes, man.
And as long as I live, I shall sing.
The package itself, with myself, Beres Hammond and Christopher, I thought it was just perfect.
It's a good night for love.
The 2018 Appleton Signature Nights journey across Jamaica will be right here on stage.
We will be having some new acts, new locations, and so as soon as all of this are concretized, you will definitely see that on TV all around, right? But we're definitely starting in March with our first execution of Appleton State Signature Nights.
Stay tuned. For Gregory it was on Valentine's night at the JC Auditorium in Kingston. Names like Freddy McGregor, Kelly Price, Karen Smith, and more. Entertained a good crowd, but most importantly, all in attendance reflected on and paid respect to the cool ruler, Gregory Isaacs. Hundreds gathered at the Bournemouth Beach Park on Sunday, February 11th for the second annual IRIFM Lifetime Achievement Awards ceremony. As reported on stage, this year's awardee, the legendary Bunny Wailer. Tributes in songs, speech, and even fashion. From friends, colleagues, and family. To close off the evening, a performance from the man himself. On February 10, veteran radio and sound system dub master David Rodigan shelled the Dub Club in Kingston with a leg of his 40th anniversary world tour. Some would say Roddy brought the tour home to Jamaica. For though he was born German and raised British, it's Jamaica that gave him the genres he masters. From ska to rocksteady, reggae, dub, and dancehall.
You come from Jamaica, make some noise!
For someone, especially from a different region, to celebrate 40 years of our music culture called reggae music, I think it's a great feat. I congratulate him on that milestone, which is a great feat for him, and I know he has much more to offer to take him to even the 50th milestone. So I really enjoyed it tonight, and as I said to him, keep on doing what you're doing because you're sent here for a purpose. Congratulations, Roddy, because you're somebody smarty.
Organized by Dubwise Jamaica in partnership with Red Stripe, Rodigan's appearance was preluded by some wicked selections from the catalogue of King Jammy, a sound legend himself. With the BBC capturing every minute, the British dub master delivered one of his finest hours.
Well, I've had the opportunity to broadcast the music of Jamaica for 40 years on the radio and in clubs. Winford, it's been a real joy for me to have the privilege to play your music, the music made by you and your soul brothers and sisters here in the island of Jamaica. So the 40th anniversary is the cherry on the cake. It's been a wonderful tour, and the tour continues in the UK and across the world. So thank you so much.
Now, the Marvel universe of movies is pretty large, but this, its latest edition, holds a special significance since it's the first Marvel movie and the first superhero movie with a predominantly black cast. Now, the movie officially premieres all over the world this weekend, and Jamaica cannot be left out.
We are home.
So we are here at Carib 5 for the official premiere of Black Panther, courtesy of Guinness, and in the spirit of the movie, we're doing it Wakanda style.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. Wakanda forever!
Well, greetings, Raisin. It's good to be out on stage in Jamaica for the movie premiere. A joke. Hi. It's good that, you know, in Black History Month we have a movie coming out like this, uniting our races as one, you know? So, yeah, one love, one peace, one destiny.
Show me my respect and bow down.
it's a movie that depicts us, our generosity, our flair for life, and of course we do battle, and we are fierce in our battles, but we are also good in making peace. So it's a time for us to view and see Africa from its in-depth and have good knowledge of what Africa is all about.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
You know, it's a very exhilarating experience to be here because black people are represented in a very positive light, and that is not usually the case. Okay, let's get to the Jamaican part now. No, listen to me. I had to be here tonight because normally when you think of Africa, there's so many negative images that are presented to us. That this is a refreshing change. We have a black director with a very strong black cast that is putting black people in a very positive light.
The revolution will be live.
And these are some videos making our video stage this week.
The Grammy Award-winning album that is Stony Hill has this song as its latest single and video. This is Damian Jr. Gong Marley with Speak Life.
Speak life, live a humble and meek life, ordinary day of the week life, try to search and seek life, way up, keep your head up and stay up, even when you're sore and pain up, never giving up till it's game up, keep your aim up and focus.
Recording artist Wasp, known best for his 2010 hit single Unfair Officer, is still very much in the game.
I hear you tearing up the place, man.
And released this, his latest work, called Envy.
Why them envy me? I don't know. I work hard for everything I own. Never bow out, never sell my soul. So why them envy me? I don't know. Now close my dog, give me 10 feet. Come in the two, just a man in the street. Them switch side, palm, them wake. Half with that, you sell without shape.
A product of Seaview Gardens, which gave us names like Bounty Killer Elephant Man and Dexter Daps.
Ready?
This artist is hoping to be one day called among the greats from that community. This is Willful Skillful with a simple message. One not dead, not dash it away. This is Rich by Saturday.
Member faith move mountain. The look of blessing when me have me give thanks, me have to count them. No listen to the bag of mouth them. Cause when you rise to the top of them, same one say loud friend. Hard work and perseverance. Now stop calm and goal me a wait one. That time hard get to youth we have to stay strong. Positive movements man a deal with. Same time elevation. One not dead nobody dash you away. Broke Friday night end up rich by Saturday.
And Peter Lloyd, Woman.
Woman, I know you understand the little child inside the man. Please remember my life is in your hand. And woman, hold me close to your heart. However distant, don't keep us apart. After all, it is written in the stars.
All right, so those are the stories making our e-news and reviews for this week. Stay with us right here on stage. Still to come, why some say Freddy McGregor saved Red Rose for Gregory, and is corporate Jamaica spending more on Soca than Dancehall? Two of the managers calling the shots will be here to answer. All coming up right here on our stage.
Big ships sailing on the ocean. We don't need no commotion.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
As Jamaica gets ready to jump, wine, and wave in Carnival 2018, we're taking time out in this segment to get answers on the recurring question of whether corporate Jamaica spends more on soca than dancehall. To answer that question, two of the managers calling the spending shots at Red Stripe. Nathan Nems, assistant brand manager for Guinness, and Omar Datadine, assistant brand manager for Heineken. Gentlemen, welcome.
Yes, thanks for
Bless you. Welcome, welcome.
Good to be here, man.
Okay, is there a preference for soca over dancehall in terms of sponsorship in Jamaica?
Well, I mean, from our side, Winford, Guinness, I can say that Guinness is a lover of music.
Yes?
So, generally.
Music generally?
Music generally. As you know, we're a global brand and we're involved in several festivals, several type of activations throughout the world.
Yes.
Locally, you know, we know that dancehall music is at the heart of Jamaica's culture, and Guinness is the brand that actually caters to that crowd.
Your take on that question?
Well, for us, Winford, as the premium bear, we tend to focus on giving our consumers experiences that they are craving.
Yes.
Experiences that are not seemingly are not easily attained. And so for us, we think that Soca/Carnival in Jamaica is one such growing event that has a lot of potential, and that this is where our target consumer lives. Dancehall for us will always be the biggest thing in Jamaica.
Yes. So the company recognizes that.
Yes.
And act accordingly.
Yes.
So when you take an event, it's not based on where it's from, it's on the basis of your own strategic marketing ideas and plans and so on. Yeah. And you, Nathan, what are the criteria for sponsorship? What do you look for?
Really, as Omar alluded to earlier, it's about strategies. Yeah? Red Stripe has a big portfolio of products. So what we do internally as a marketing department, we tend to strategize where our brand fits within the space, the landscape. And you know, so certain brands will own certain type of activations. For Guinness, it really is dancehall and music-based type of events. And so we look at where, that's the first thing, where we strategically place. And next thing we look at, you know, the commercialization of the event. You know, we need to ensure that one, our products are moving there, two, our consumers are having a great time, and three, that we get as big of an exposure as possible. So we want to make sure we get that reach. So those are some of the main factors that goes into the consideration.
But what do you look for behind the scene in a promoter, for example, to qualify that promoter to get your money, so to speak?
Well, what we've seen is that the business, the entertainment industry has evolved to a place where they're more business-oriented, business-minded, and much more professional. You know, as a company, we have certain things that we stand for in our responsible marketing code, you know, like things like non-violence and so on. So, and we've realized that promoters and entertainers are currently accepting that.
What would you add to that?
You have to think about what's in it for you, the promoter, but you also have to think about what's in it for the corporate company as the sponsor. And with that in mind, that's how you start to begin forging your partnership. So for instance, the promoter would want to know that, all right, for this event, I'm tailoring it in a way where it's gonna be beer-led. Therefore, it's gonna be attractive to a brand like Heineken and a brand like Guinness rather than a spirits brand.
Yes.
And so they have to keep innovating and introducing these new concepts and these new ideas to the market that will allow our brands to win in these spaces as well. Because as Nathan mentioned, what we're really looking for is growth, awareness, and just touching everybody, basically.
Isn't it an exchange of benefits? They want money to put on the production and to promote their event and to make a profit, of course. And you want the association so you can influence consumption and win new consumers. So how do you quantify though? How do you make the decision about whether an event can give you that, can meet those objectives for you? How do you do the quantification of these things?
Well, there are two ways to look at it. One, you can look at where the market is right now and the events that are out there. So if a promoter is approaching you and he's like, all right, this is my event, I've been doing it for 4 years. You do a little background research into what the patronage has been like, what his marketing strategies have been like, who are the type of people that attend his event. Is the event conducted in a responsible way?
Yes.
And after you assess all of that, then you can say, this is something I'd like to try because it's aligned to my strategy. Secondly, there are going to be new events that have never been executed before. So it's important for the promoter putting on this new event to have a firm strategy so that when they're approaching us without that background in mind, it's a conversation to say, okay, these are the KPIs that we're agreeing with as a team. This is what we can promise you.
And KPI means?
Key performance indicators. Okay. So, for instance,
there we go.
Marketing speak.
Marketing speak right
yes. There. If you partner with me, we can sell approximately 10 cases of Heineken beer, or I'll guarantee you 500 in patronage. Okay. And so on and so forth.
Nathan, what difficulties do you have, marketing speak, with local promoters?
You'd have some promoters or event coordinators who will not have a good strategy in place, and now there's that constant battle as to ongoing conversations that stretch out for a very long time as to what it is that you're bringing to the table, what is it that you want from us. How is it that this is going to help to grow our brand?
Yes.
We need to clearly see that established before we can say, yes, let's pull the trigger on this event.
But what about, though, those who say, I want to bridge, you want to give the money to make parties and uptown events, get more activation, bigger activation, more budget? What do you say to that?
Well, we disagree, Winford. To be honest, when you look at the number of events and the number of partnerships and sponsorships that we do in any given year, it's a lot. It's not something that we can tie a definite number to right now, just because of the magnitude of our partnerships right across the island.
And it's across the social classes too?
It's right across the social classes. It's from your local community bar to your key on trade, your nightclub in Kingston, to your Soca carnival events, to your mega dancehall events. Again, we have to look at it with a tiered approach to say that based on what you're bringing to the table, this is what we're able to offer you.
Let me ask you, what is the Soca demographic? And how is it different from dancehall, if it is at all?
I wouldn't say there's much of a difference because of how big dancehall is. It has a much larger following in Jamaica than Soca. Soca is not something new to Jamaica, but at the same time, it's still a growing platform. And so you don't find that big or that mega fan base behind Soca as there is with dancehall. And as
so Nathan, you will beat him any day.
No, we know what I'll add. What I'll add to what Omar said is that, I mean, Wilford, you've been to all these Soca events, yeah?
Yes.
And you see that when the band pauses the Soca music and drops a dancehall track, the entire
place
lights up. Yeah?
Same thing in Trinidad too.
Yeah, so you see that music, as I started out by saying, music is at the center of Jamaican people. So people love music.
Are you dismissing the view? Are you saying it's not true that there are preferences for Soca over dancehall in Jamaica? In terms of sponsorship?
There's no preference.
Absolutely not.
There's no preference.
No preference?
No preference.
From your perspective as brand?
Yes.
But wouldn't you say that the people who are movers and shakers in Jamaica are more likely to go to Soca events and by extension support them in terms of, when I say movers and shakers, like owners of businesses and so on, they are more likely to be Soca fans than dancehall fans?
I wouldn't look at it like that, Winford. I'd look at it in terms of the demography again, because if I am a business owner and I like Soca, it might just so happen that I'm able to, this is what I like, but at the same time it's also something that I can afford. My advice is to find that untapped piece of the market or that untapped idea that will keep your business or your part of the entertainment industry growing and innovating to keep up with these millennials.
So all in all, you guys are saying that you're open to proposals from anyone?
Definitely.
Yeah.
They're just sending in the proposals, but how do they know you read it or even think?
Well, we as a team...
You guys are hard to get, you know, hard to reach.
I mean, Honestly, Winford, we actually have a strong social media team, right? Who, anytime they get a proposal from on the Instagram page, for instance, our email address is actually shot straight out there to those persons to send out an email to us. And we pride ourselves in that every single proposal we get, we give a response to it, either to say that we're considering it right now or that we have to delay this right now until further notice. So, but everything that comes in is always strongly considered and it's shared with the team. You know, if Omar gets something for Heineken that he feels that is not aligned to his strategies, he'll share it with Guinness. Yes.
Okay.
And he'll share it with the entire team, actually.
But you guys would be crazy to not be open to new ideas.
Exactly, because sometimes you have those gems out there that, you know, it's very strong. They have a strong team, they have a strong proposal, and it's something that can do very well for the brand. We have a couple of those in that we started just last year. You know, that is doing so well right now, and that we continue to do. We continue to forge that partnership going forward.
So, all right. So, tell me about your roster of events for this year now, for your itinerary from 2018. For Heineken. Can you tell me about some of what's coming?
All right, so, well, there's our very own event on Road March Day, Sunday, April 8th. Heineken Rio returns for its 5th staging. And this year, it's all about ensuring that consumers get the best carnival and one of the most premium carnival experiences. That's our #1 priority. Also, we're partners with the Jamaica group. And so this Sunday, we'll be at Soca at Ligani Club. And we'll also be on board with them for the remainder of their events leading up to Road March Day. We're also partners with the Sun Nation team. So we did sunrise breakfast party in January. There are a number of Tabanka Tuesdays scheduled throughout the year as well. There's another sunrise breakfast party in April, and a number of other events slated under the carnival season. When we get to August, I know this is gonna spark some interest, Winford, is we wanna launch our own music platform for that period, August to December. So we're still in the planning stages, not gonna divulge much, but we're launching a fully 360 through the line music platform that will drive the Heineken brand from August to December.
Nathan, your roster of events?
I mean, well, you know, Guinness started off this year with a bag, Woodford. You know, we changed the ABV of Guinness back to where it originally was, 7.5%. So, you know, our adorers of Guinness will love that. And Guinness has a nice, fresh new look as well. With that, you know, what we've done is organize a slew of both owned events as well as integrating with our partnerships that we have for sponsorships throughout the year. So, I mean, last night would have been a specially invited showing of Black Panther, which went very well.
That would be first out of your mouth.
Okay. It went very well. And then, you know, we're going to go into the St. Patrick's Day celebration, which is a global celebration. We're bringing it local, and it's going to be a very nice event up by a location to be determined, so persons can look out for that. Then we have Guinness Sounds of Greatness that is coming back. That is probably the most exciting thing that we have this year. I can tell everyone to look out for Guinness Sounds of Greatness. It's going to be really awesome. And I mean, after that, we have several different sponsorships that we do. We have Panda Plaza, which is coming up on February 24, and there's 4 other events for that throughout the year. We have the Streets event, that Streets with a Z, that actually is owned by a group of people in Ocho Rios area that happens 4 times for the year as well. It's going to kick off in April. And, you know, every month we have an event that happens the last Wednesday of each month called Trailer Load Wednesdays, which is an 80s, 90s kind of party that, you know, we look forward to every month as well.
Okay. Well, that's a long list there.
There's one thing we didn't get a chance to touch on, which is sports and how it closely relates or is linked to the entertainment industry that I wanted to touch on, Winford, because for us, one of our biggest platforms for the year as well is Heineken's Champions League.
Yes.
And that is one of those untapped sort of activities that we haven't seen much proposals or much ideas coming from the entertainment industry as to how you can link the viewing of a Champions League match with patrons and getting attendance and building that into an event.
So you're throwing that out there.
I'm throwing that out to them because we've just basically kicked off our 2018 season. We're launching this Tuesday at Triple Century. We're going to unveil the official camping visuals, some very exciting stuff. And there's a series of football events that will take place between February and May. So lots of opportunity will be there for promoters to come out, watch, maybe learn a thing or two as to how they can link music with sports.
And get some of your money, of course. Of course, gentlemen. Thank you so much. We look forward to these events. We're covering, we've been looking, and we'll be more keen now that we know where your heads are, and we'll be looking out for what you do. So with that, we say so long to two gentlemen who are calling the shots at Red Stripe as it relates to sponsorship. And still to come right here on stage, why some say Freddy McGregor saved Red Rose for Gregory.
Last night your eyes were telling me words could never say.
Mr. Big Ship will be right here on our stage to answer, and he'll be weighing in on a number of topical issues. You don't want to miss that. Freddy McGregor coming next.
Yes, I'll wait for you, I know.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
It was Red Rose for Gregory with Kelly Price sharing top billing with Freddy McGregor. But when it was over, McGregor was not only lauded for his performance, some are crediting the Big Ship captain for saving the night. Freddy McGregor joins us right now, right here on our stage, and he's laughing. He's laughing right now. Freddy, welcome, sir.
My pleasure.
Why you laugh, Freddy? Did you actually save the night?
I don't think so. I think I contributed my effort on the night. Because I personally, I did enjoy the performances of the other artists, especially Package. They were really upbeat. They did like the perfect songs on the night, and they had everybody jumping and dancing. I enjoyed Short Bass too. I've actually seen him for the first time in a performance.
Okay.
And I love his voice. He has some ways to go here, but a great talent.
And Package consists of?
Jem Myers, Miss Karen Smith, and Pat.
And
of
Pat.
Course, yes.
Of course.
Beautiful combination.
Beautiful. Package. You all need to know about Package. Your performance, what was it like performing for Gregory, Red Rose for Gregory?
If one understands the relationship that Gregory, myself, and Dennis had, then looking around my shoulders, I see Beres. So my brothers are all resting.
Yes.
So it is very special. It was a very special moment for me. And
yes, because everywhere we saw you, sometimes we just take you for granted nowadays. Rebel Salute, wherever, whether it's Jam Rock Cruise, and wherever. We just know, say, Freddy, I'm going to mash up the thing, and we just have a party.
I start to kind of get used to that now. Because, and I think what it is, when you have a great collection of songs, and if you put them together properly, for the patrons who are going to be coming to enjoy themselves, chances are you're going to win.
But do you think anything was lacking in terms of Miss Price's performance and her presentation, or is that who she is? What we saw there was
I was
she was at her
because I
best.
love Kelly. She has a wonderful voice, tremendous indeed, and I love a lot of her songs. I'm not her biggest fan, but of course, if Kelly had come with a 4 or 5 piece band to complement her and some backing vocals, I think we would have gotten more out of her performance.
Well, again, sir, congratulations. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to be talking to you about a number of topical issues. And one of them is the Grammy Awards. We know your own experience with that in last year, the year before. Was it?
The year before, yes.
The year before last. And this year we saw Chronics and
Junior Gone.
Junior Gone, Chronics head on head, like so much so that we forget about Morgan and Heritage and the rest of them. So what's your take on the Grammys?
All right.
How it went this year?
What transpired this year is exactly what I had been speaking about.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that for the reggae Grammy to have the kind of excitement it deserves around the reggae globe, it needs to be exclusive, meaning the best product is going to vie for the championship.
Okay.
And I always, well, when it started the year before last, I had an album called True to My Roots, which I thought was a good album. And many people thought it should have been nominated, whether it won or not. But such is the music. But I felt that the Reggae Grammy Committee or the selection committee where it relates to the reggae wasn't paying enough attention or did not understand our music and community enough to be able to select the right product. This year, we were able to do so. So from the time the nominees came out, it was all excitement across the reggae globe.
Okay.
Because everyone knew that Chronics, our junior gang, going to go head and head for this Grammy.
And Jamaica was fully engaged.
We were all fully engaged, and I'd say the reggae communities across the world. And it was very exciting. It was very exciting for me. Now, I thought Junior Gang had a brilliant album. Chronics probably have the most popular album currently within the grassroots sphere.
Yes.
But then we have to understand also that Junior Gang is a more seasoned artist as compared to Chronics, because Chronics is just starting,
still
rising. Junior Gang has the knowledge and experience as it relates to production. Because the Grammy not only look at sales or your popularity, they look at your the technical side of the music, which is the musicianship, the engineering, and how well the thing is produced.
Tremendous bias towards that, yes.
I think Junior Gang captured all of that. I would have loved if Chronics, this is my personal opinion, if Chronics album had the level of production that Junior Gang album had. When you listen to both, if you're musically inclined that way, you can tell the difference with production and sound. Those are technical things.
Okay.
But all in all, it came down to a good fight. And like I said, may the best album win. And every year, that is what we would love to see.
Okay.
And that will be achieved by engaging more of our community people in the process. And I think they held a meeting in Miami. I wasn't at the meeting.
Yes.
But I was informed that they are taking up my issues and comments from the year before last, and thought there were a number of truths to it.
So your campaign, which was very aggressive, I dare say, bear some fruits, so to speak.
It did. And the thing is, a lot of people misconstrued my position where the whole thing was concerned. At no time ever my situation or argument was about the Marleys. It just so happened that if you speak about the Grammys, you're automatically involving Ziggy and Steve and everybody, because that has been the case. But what we're looking for is the people who will understand our music enough to choose the right ones.
But isn't that up to us to a large extent to be members of NARAS?
It is.
And do you think your critique of it has done anything to change that?
It has.
It has.
There's a vibe in the air right now as it relates to...
More people are paying their dues and are joining.
This last Grammy Award, I think it's opened the eyes of a lot of entertainers and a lot of people who are taking it lightly because of the excitement generated from the Chronics Junior Gang situation.
Yes.
So I hope that people will pay keen attention to it, and as we move forward. Because you see, my thing is that 10 years from now, we will be making music. The youngsters will be coming, and they're coming fast. And so we have to make sure these things are in place from now.
So the position at this time, Freddie, is not to walk away from the Grammys, but to take it.
No.
To take the reggae Grammy and make it our own, which was always my argument.
Which was always what we needed to do.
Yes, to make it our own by becoming members of NARAS.
We do have the opportunity
and
to
get a vote.
So, because if we have the voice and the vote, we are very well placed.
And
we
you
can then determine what we think.
And you should remind us of what it takes to become a member, which is $100.
Yes.
And creative credentials.
Credentials, yes. So you can be an engineer, you can be a selector, you can be a musician, if you're a writer, and you can show the credits.
Once you create and publish
Once you create and you publish your works, you can. So just go online, just follow the thing,
And our space is loaded with qualified people.
I think we can get easily see 500 membership from Jamaica.
The Reggae Month now, celebration. We know you're a big, apart from being a recording artist, producer, and big ship captain, and business investor and so on, we know you are very big on industry support. Yes. You're former chairman for Jaria,
yes,
and so on. Reggae Month celebration. Your take on this year? Is it growing? Is it achieving the objectives?
It is, definitely. And I must say, for the 9 years since Jaria's arrival, we have been charged with the duties to do Reggae Month every year without financing. So we really rely on people who come on and assist us. This year, the government has taken the reins. And so Jaria, we still produce the events and we stage them, and of course we have our Hannah Awards coming up as well. Well, Red Rose For Gregory was also a part of the
Reggae
Month event too. And so we have the Dennis Brown coming up. Tomorrow we will be downtown, and a lot of people can come down for that. A lot of artists, including myself, will be there to represent for Dennis Brown. But yes, Reggae Month is growing.
And speaking of assistance, the government gave assistance to Itana, and it's a furore. What's your take on this?
I don't know if you saw my post on Facebook.
No, I didn't.
Yes, I did a response to Mr. Lindsay's article. But it basically said Freddy McGregor, Itana, protege.
Oh, you are a recipient too.
Well, that's what it said.
Oh,
so
okay.
I try to clear the air where that is concerned, because there are differences, and good thing that we touched on this point. You see, one of the things, Winford, is whenever we do business in general, or in the case of Jamaica, where music is concerned and the creative industries, I think we owe the public, the general public, an explanation as to what we do. Because every time we go there and we sign a contract, or anything to do with the country and international businesses or whatever, those deals are signed under the auspices of the government and people of Jamaica.
Yes.
So I think the people equally needs to know what's in that contract for them, and that we should take the time to explain these things. So later on, when a situation like Itana's come up, the people would have more clarity, and so we would see different responses to the comments, because I've read some of the comments, and I really feel bad for Itana. Itana is an artist. She's one of our sisters. I understand what transpired before, which kind of trigger a lot of this. But then people do need to understand how the creative environment works here in Jamaica. A lot of people are upset that taxpayers' money is being given to these artists.
With so many problems in Jamaica.
With so many problems.
And the artists are rich.
And you would have to think that too. You would have, as a layperson,
to get to that point,
you would have to think that if that is being said,
Yes.
but to understand the reality of it is not so. Because a lot of these fundings that have come up where the creative industries are concerned, these are grants from foreign countries, European countries, and if you got $5,000 to go on a 32-city tour, you're screaming out for another 15.
Yes.
Because J. Broog is on the tour, and I guess he's the main person that will be selling the tour along with Itana, and I'm sure I saw another name on the bill. What venues are you going to play each night for 32 nights to make the kind of money that the people think you're making? So there are all the expenses, the bus, the hotels, the per diems, everything that comes with it.
So that side of it is where everybody's focused. What about the benefits for brand Jamaica?
Well, every night, every single night.
How do you measure that?
Every single night for that 32 dates on that tour. Thousands of people, both social media, your flyers, the radio stations within your community and outside of the communities, they're advertising Itana and whoever the other Jamaican artist is, live and direct from Jamaica. J. Broog,
ambassadorial work.
So you're ambassadors. So JTB would not be able to pay for that out of pocket for the kind of promotion you would get over that 32-city tour.
Yeah.
So it needs to be funded because we get back from it.
This tremendous promotion by reggae.
Big time.
And dancehall artists.
Big time.
In places where JTB cannot afford to reach. And if you're going in there and JTB wants to make sure that you're presented properly, so that you're truly representing the culture of Jamaica, and giving you support and can even have a say in how and what you may say.
Of course. I mean, I'm in Europe and I see these young musicians from Edna Manley touring with youths like Protege, with Chronics. You see another group with Kabak, and the whole of the youth, them, and you say to yourself, wow, this is a good look.
This is what the Jamaica Tourist Board should have been doing all along. They should have been supporting artists to have them properly represented in every jurisdiction where music is presented and where they're going. We can't pay for this. Everybody should be doing it, and it should not be a debate.
It shouldn't.
Okay, so that's it. We're not finished yet. We're going to take a break right here. When we come back, we're going to talk about Freddy, the farmer. Did you know that Freddy McGregor is a farmer? When we come back, we'll tell you.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
And we're back with our special guest, the captain, the big ship captain, Freddy McGregor, right here on our stage. And it's about to get even more exciting that Freddy McGregor is a farmer. I'm sure you didn't know. Sir, so you told me, because I didn't know, that you're a farmer. So explain for me about that.
It's just something that we grew up loving, really, you know, because when I go to Hayes Primary School, as a youth in Hayes, Clarendon, every Thursday, we used to have to carry a bottle to school. And we put dirt in there, water, and we plant a bean. In this case, it was red peas. And that was part of our learning to plant a seed and watch it grow. And you watch that plant grow until it grows to the bottle, you take it out and then you plant it in the earth. It always fascinates me, just to watch it grow until the leaves come up and they get big and this thing actually happen. But what really pushed me to try and deal with the farming more effectively is when we are on tour, the fun part that I get for myself, the vacation part of it, is traveling long distances and seeing the farmland. You have experienced that. You'll be driving for 2-3 hours, and all you can see to your left is just farming rows and rows and rows and rows of stuff. You look to your right, it's the same. When that particular crop is ended, you see another crop started. For the next 3 hours driving, that's what you see. And I'm always thinking, but why can't we do this in Jamaica? So I happen to have access to some farmland now, and I'm not about to itch with it because the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. So, you know, I'm going to try plant some crops. And my first crop was callaloo. And I tried it and it worked very well. We got about 24,000 pounds of actual callaloo from the crop. Some company bought it and canned it and shipped it. And of course, we were able to give away and sell enough to the local community. So that worked. Then we had okra, same amount of okra, but the okra bear more than the callaloo. So we got over 30,000 pounds of okra. And that was quite inspiring to me. So I just got on with it, and then we put some sorrel in. And this past Christmas, we had so much sorrel. Muta came for sorrel, Richard Steve. And, you know, we plant pumpkin. Muta come for a pumpkin this big, we could have all carried.
So that is, you're utilizing the land properly.
Well, you have to, because, you know, there's no point in having it and not utilizing it. Because food is the key today.
And we're talking about commercial farming here, Freddy.
Yes.
Commercial farming, because that, I mean, because people might be thinking you're talking about the little backyard thing here.
No, not backyard.
We're talking about
I'll give you
commercial.
an example. We have over 3,000 roots of papaya now.
Yes.
That is bearing. They're about this big. So, March into April, we'll have
You'll be
papaya
reaping.
to... That's a stone. But, and also, for me, it's an inspiration to the young Jamaican youths.
Yes.
I say farming is not a bad thing, really. It's a good thing. I mean, Winford, when I go over the farm and look at some pumpkin over there this big, I'm like, I'm gonna love 100-acre land. You know, it's worth it. Bananas, we have bananas like Joe business. I mean, everything is growing because you plant them, take care of it, it's gonna grow.
That is wonderful news right there. More artists should be doing this. I know. Mad Cabra is doing pigs.
Yes, Cabra is doing pigs and horses. Yeah. And I actually will breed horses, so I just had a young one born a couple of days ago.
Okay.
And we're into that, the horse racing, the breeding. I really love that part of it. So.
We want more artists to tell us if they are farmers. Just tell us. Just send us and tell us. We'll bring you and come tell us about your farm. Wonderful. So your career now, sir. Talk about your music now, going forward. The itinerary for this year.
This year is a packed one. Year before last, into last year, we spent a lot of time in Europe. And we toured Europe extensively. This year, it's necessary to take a break because we did promote True to My Roots album in Europe extensively. We hadn't promoted the record in the USA because I haven't been touring the USA. I mean, we've done shows regularly in the USA.
It was not promoted?
But not touring.
Oh, okay.
Because you need to tour to promote
Be
the
there
record.
in the flesh, yes.
So we're signed to a new booking agent in the US. They're called Skyline Artist Agents. Okay. And so you can find them online. They are a big booking agent, not a reggae agency either. But I think I'm the only reggae artist on their roster. So they have a long tour planned for this year, Freddy McGregor, True to My Roots tour with the Big Ship Band. So we're heading out starting June, and we're going to be working all the way back to October. Next week, we're heading off to Nairobi, Kenya, for a huge concert. I mean, I'm supposed to be in Kenya for like about 4 or 5 times. The last time I was supposed to have gone there, this Ebola scare thing came up, and I was asked to respect my country and not go. So we had to postpone that event, but it is on for the 3rd of March. So we're heading out next week to Nairobi for that, and that's a huge event.
Make sure you
featuring myself and Kenyatta Hill with the original culture.
That should be special.
It is going to
Bring back the footage for us.
I will, most certainly.
Recordings, anything coming up?
Yes, I have a new single out. It's called Go Freddy Go.
Yes?
Yes.
Go Freddy Go. Look for that.
I just handed a copy.
To Jason them in the control room?
It's called Go Freddy Go. And this song really came up as a result of my doing an interview. I'm not sure if it's on stage. I must ask Lincoln. But he was watching this interview, and the thought came to him, and him just started write the song. And then, Kemar, one of our other vocalists, he wrote part of it, and then I got it and added a 3rd verse, and so it was a collaborative effort. But it's a really nice song. It's like 3 minutes of telling a story about when I started, when I went to Studio One, and to where we are. And the whole idea is just keep going, Freddy, go.
I'm going to listen to it right now, Freddie.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much,
the video is on its way, and you know
make
who
sure
first.
You send.
No,
make sure you send.
Make sure.
Okay.
No, we know who first.
Everybody's watching, boss. They're listening to you. The commitment from the captain there, he's going to deliver. Don't worry. It will be right here on our stage very soon. As soon as he's ready with it. So there you have it, the captain, Freddy McGregor. Wow.
On stage.
On stage, indeed. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage.
Say everybody just a rock up for taking, but still I say I don't have it already. Them are not time for you get steady, cause everybody don't know your reggae jam. Africa, limited target. Oh my God, yes. And this best of all, repatriate, make we take it all. Enough land out here for each and every one. Oh God, I make we dump it in a gun. Africa, limited target. Oh my God, yes. Say here is how we gonna take it. We make a trucks up to North Africa, then we forward on South Africa. We make a move over West Africa, and then we end up in Ethiopia. Africa,
Thanks for watching our video. Please click, subscribe, and be on stage always.